Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope everybody's doing well. I know I am. So, today we are going to talk about one of my favorite things, astrology. Now, first, we are going to talk about the zodiac signs. Now, there's a lot to astrology, but we're going to start with the basics today first. So, first of all, we have 12 signs. Because without the signs, you can't know like the elements or what element they fall into. So, first, we're going to start off with the zodiac signs. So, they are Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. There's all 12 signs. Okay? Then next, there's 4 elements. Now, each zodiac sign falls into an element. So we are going to start with fire first. So here we go. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius are fire elements. Okay? Earth elements are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Those are the 3 earth signs. Then we're going to air. 3 air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Those are the 3 air signs. Then last but not least, we have your water element, which these signs fall into Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So those are the 3 water elements. Now, some people might think an Aquarius is a water element. It's not. It's air. Okay? Don't let the person pouring the water out into the river fool you. Aquarius is an air sign, not a water sign. That is just a significance. That's why the person's pouring the water out into the river or, Okay. Now, since we're done with the elements, okay? Now I'm going to talk to you about the planets. Now, here's one thing that you have to know. Earth is more of an element in astrology, not so much of considered a planet. It is a planet, but in astrology, it's more of an element than a planet. So here are the planets, okay? Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Okay? Those are the planets. Now, the reason why I'm telling you the planets is because each zodiac sign is ruled by the planets. Now, before we get into that, I would like to let me just check something really quick before I go any further. Okay, so here we go. Now, phone won't say it. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you which. Now, some planets rule more than one sign. So take for an instance, Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Okay? Those are the 2 planets that Mercury rules. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. Those are the 2 signs that it rules. Mars rules Aries. Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius, while Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Saturn rules Capricorn. Uranus rules Aquarius. Uranus, whichever one. I've heard them pronounce both. Neptune rules Pisces. And Scorpio and Pluto rules Scorpio. Also, I did hear that Mars might rule Scorpio too. Let's see. It's mostly Pluto. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So I did read up also, but the main ruler for Scorpio is Pluto. But also I heard that Mars can also rule Scorpio, but it mostly rules Aries. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the modes. Now, the modes are mutable, fixed, and cardinal. And 4 signs fall right into this. So now we are going to start with the mutable signs. Okay. The mutable signs are Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. 4 of them. Now, what mutable means is that they adapt easily to change. Any type of change, mostly. And they're flexible, communicative, and they can easily embrace change. They can be restless a little bit, but they can, and they also can change depending on the situation and their environment. So those are the 4 signs, mutable. Think about adaptation, how they adapt, but they change. They can change with their environment. They can change with the conversation. Those are people that like to easily change. They invite change easily into their life. Okay? Or they're open to it. Okay, now we are going to the fixed signs. Okay. So, the 4 fixed zodiac signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Now, these signs are stubborn. They're fixed. So what that means is once they have their beliefs, they're fixed on that. Once they have their mind made up, there's no change in their mind. There's no turning back. They are very, I would say, they have goals, responsibilities. They like to defend their position, meaning in life. Again, they stand very strong on their beliefs and they're very fixed. So once they make up their mind, again, there's no turning back. So they march to the beat of their own drum, pretty much. So that's how that goes. Then now, last but not least, the 4 cardinal signs, which are Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer. Those are the 4 cardinal signs. Now, the cardinal signs, those are the people that will start things. They like to get up and go. They like to start things. They might not always finish them, but they like to start and they like to lead. They like to lead the way. They like to get things going. They like to get things moving. They don't like to stay idle for too long. They are self-ambitious and self-motivated. Okay, so that is the modes. So modes are mutable, cardinal, and fixed. And 4 signs fall right into that. Okay? So those are the modes. Now we are going to talk about opposites. What sign is the opposite? And the element. And the compatible of elements. So, Aries and Libra are the opposite of each other. One's fire and one's air. Taurus and Scorpio are the opposites of each other. One's earth and one's water. Gemini and Sagittarius are the opposite of each other. One's air and one's fire. Again. And then there's Cancer and Capricorn. They're the opposite of each other. Water, earth. Leo and Aquarius are the opposites of each other. Fire, air. And then last but not least, we have Virgo and Pisces. Earth and water. Those are the opposite signs of each other. Now we are going to talk about the compatible elements. So let's talk about fire and air. Air and fire are the most compatible. And earth and water are the most compatible because they complement each other. Sometimes you might find that maybe a couple, or you might find that people are mostly attracted to each other, air and earth, or fire and water. Of course, they probably can be compatible depending on what else you have in your chart. So, but most of the time, yeah, don't, it doesn't mean that you're not compatible because one's fire and one's water. Go deep more into your chart. If you're not sure about your chart, reach out to an astrologer. You can also go on these sites for free and find your chart for free, and you can look at your chart. So you can go to www.astroseek.com. You have to put in your birth date and the time you were born. And you'll come up with a chart, come up with the elements. It'll come up with your rising sign, your moon sign, and your sun sign. It also says what sign your Mercury is in, your Venus, your Neptune, your Mars, your Jupiter, your everything, Saturn. And also there's a sign goes into a planet. And you'll know everything on there. Okay, so now I'm going to talk to you about our rising sign. Now, that's one of the most important things because the rising sign determines the exact time of your birth when you were born. So whichever the sun was like rising, what time, that's the sign that your rising sign is in. So take for an instance, I was born at 9:26 a.m. My rising sign is Libra, which is air. So that is my rising sign. And also, your rising sign is also important because it does determine your soul's purpose. And it's what your soul is rising into. That's one of the most important ones. Okay? Then we have our sun sign, which is the main one that everyone knows. All you need to know is your birthday. So mine, 26th of August, so I'm a Virgo. So that is, everybody pretty much knows their sun sign because that's the main one. That's also the core of your personality, your ego, so to speak, your romantic compatibility, your basic preferences, and also how you move through in the world as well. So that is your sun sign. It's the main one everybody knows. All you have to do is tell somebody your birthday and that's your sun sign. Okay? Next we have a moon sign. Everybody has this. It is your emotional. That is your emotional side, your feelings, how you handle them, and how you nurture and care for others. So, for an instance, if your moon sign falls into Pisces, which is me, you're very intuitive, you can be empathic, you're sensitive to the world around you. And when I mean sensitive, I don't mean somebody that cries and get upset. You can mostly mean like you pick up on things in your environment. You're very, very sensitive. So that is your moon sign. Sorry, I just had to take a quick drink. Quick drink of my coffee. Now, if your moon, let's say, falls into a water sign, you're a little bit sensitive. You pick up on things around you. You might for the moon signs, you might enjoy your alone time. You might like your alone time, your serenity. You might like to just relax from the world a little bit, just to your bearings. But if your moon sign falls into a water sign, you're sensitive a little bit. If your moon sign falls into air sign, let's say Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, you might be a little bit detached. You might like to socialize. Your emotions might be a little bit detached. Sorry. If your moon sign falls into an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, you might be a little bit grounded. You might be practical. They're not too emotional either. But most of the time you like to keep notes. You're very organized. An earth sign in moon, if you guys say if you're a sun air. Say if you're a sun Gemini but a Taurus moon. The Taurus moon might stabilize your Gemini a little bit. So it might make the Gemini a little bit more grounded instead of all over the place. Instead of here, there, you might want to relax and just take a break and just ground yourself and think about what, you're doing, or think about step by step. And last but not least, if your moon sign falls into a fire sign, you might be very get up and go. You might be very honest. You will be fiery, get up and go. You'll be probably aggressive. You might have to do something to burn off your energy. Most Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, you guys might like to perform or act, or you guys might show your emotions very passionately. And like dramatic, like maybe sunny disposition, or you might just like to go, you know. And you guys also, hold on 1 minute. Fire. You guys are very energetic and passionate. You guys can be impulsive, enthusiastic, adventurous, and optimistic. And you guys like excitement. You guys might be a little emotional too. Yes. It seems like the water and the fire are a little bit more emotional, and the air and earth are a little bit detached in their moon signs, and even in their sun signs too. Also, when you guys get a chance, if you're curious about astrology or your birth chart, again, you can go to www.astroseek.com. Again, you can put in your birth date and the time you were born. It's free of charge. There's nothing, and then there's no pay. You guys come up, it's a circle. And then all what comes up also is when you scroll down, there's a long box of your sun, your moon, the planets, and what signs that your moon, and the planets and what signs that your planets are in. So it's pretty interesting. And then the elements that are compatible in your chart too, as well. And then the houses too. So like so your first house is your rising sign. So take for an instance, I'm a Libra. So my rising sign is Libra. So it's Venus. So Venus rules it's my first house per se. But it'll tell you all the information on there. So it's pretty interesting. Astrology is pretty interesting, folks. If you're interested in it, look it up and you will definitely find, sorry, I'm getting a little bit thirsty. Iced tea. This is good. Pure leaf is good. Lemon, I'm drinking. So anyways, yes, you will find that. All right, guys, so I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the information that I gave you guys about astrology. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody enjoys. If you enjoy it, please go check that site, www.astroseek.com. It comes up. Click on birth chart. Just got to put in your birth date and your time you were born. It's totally free. And then you click get chart and it comes up. And you can see everything. It's for free, no charge. So if you guys like this video, if you found it very helpful, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click the thumbs up, like, share, comment, and do me a favor, click the bell if you guys would like to know when I post next. So I hope everybody's having a good night and enjoy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.